everyone, or I say good night. If we are in Nigeria, we are in the night time. If you are in the Nigeria, we are in night time. So let me enter live tonight to talk about spirituality. To talk about spirituality. To talk about reality and its existence. In everything, in terms of spirituality, knowing who you are and knowing things about yourself is very, very important. Knowing God and bringing yourself closer to God, creating that relationship and that time for God is very, very important. So creating time for God and having time for God does not mean that it's only by you go to your church or you go to your mosque to pray to God. It's only when you have time for God. You can as well have time for God in your house. Create time for God in your house. Create a particular time for God. Don't be someone that is so reluctant and be saying that nothing is happening, nothing is happening. I still have a very long time to go. It's good to worship God, especially when you're single. When you enter newly in a marriage, when you enter marriage, you have to be more closer to God. When you're pregnant, when you have a kiss and other things, you have to be closer to God. God is the giver of life, is the giver of everything. Things of spirituality is not with a carnal mindset. You have to know your guardian angel, you have to know who you are. You have to know the element which you before on. Because in this planet we have 4 elements, which is the air, the earth, the water, and the fire. These are 4 elements governing this planet Earth. So we say we have 5, which is adding the space to it. For me, I go with 4 elements. Knowing who you are, knowing where you before, knowing yourself particularly, knowing the things of spirit. Because God Himself is a spirit, is not a living human being, is not a human being. In whatever thing you're doing in this life, always follow your instinct. Follow your instinct. Always listen to the voice of God, because the voice of God is dwelling in every one of us. It's dwelling in our mind. It's now depending on how closer you are to God that we bring it more forth, bring it more closer, and bring you more closer to God. So make time for God. Have a personal relationship with God. It's not only by going to your church or doing all the church program without knowing whom you are calling His name. Without knowing whom you are calling His name. You're just busy going from one church to another, going from one program to another. I don't say you should not go, you still have to go. But after you have been there, after that presence with God, what is your next life? What are you living for again? What is your next life? What is your as in which life type of life are you living after going to that program? It's not just calling God in vain or calling the name of God in vain without knowing whom God is truly is. Know yourself. Mainly everything concerning this planet Earth is all about nature. God Himself is nature because He's created everything in His natural atmosphere. No, in this world there are things governing this world. There are spirits, there are blood, the water. These are the three things governing the world. In this world we are, there is a lot of spirits, both the good, both the bad ones, depending on the one you want to worship, depending on the one you want to be with, depending on the one you allow into your life to take control or take charge of you. Water is life. Water is deep. So many people will say castigate water, but after you take water and drink, you use water to bath yourself, you use it to wash clothes. So why will you be against water? Whatever thing that is dirty, you use it to make it clean, because water is purity. So know your way of how you bring yourself closer to God personally, not by only by your pastor or going to church all the church program and you think you are closer to God. It's only when you bring yourself closer to God, create time in your anything you're doing, you have particular time that you go for God to talk to Him, to seek face of God. So, in all that I have come this night to talk about spirituality is to know your guardian angel. Know which guardian angel that is being assigned to your soul. Because every human being have his guardian angel, which is the spirit that is inside your body. That is why when someone die or when something happened to someone, you see that spirit left that person and only the body will be available. That is why we say human being are half human and half spirit. Mainly our spiritual life governs our physical life. Whatever thing that is gonna happen in physical, it have already accomplished on spiritual realm before it manifests in physical realm. So what am I saying tonight? Know your guardian angel. Know who you are. Make great time for God. Make peace with God. Create that intimacy, as in that agape love. Create it for God. Bring God closer to yourself and see wonders happening upon you. See wonders happening in your life. Thank you all and have a wonderful sleep. I just said, let me drop this short life. Have a wonderful sleep ahead. And may God always guide you and direct your mindset to a better living and a better life. Amen. Bye.